Hello everyone and welcome to another of one of my crash courses, this time at a brand new venue for me, somewhere where I've always wanted to fish. We are at the beautiful Brookside Fisheries in a place called Betley, which is it's right on the Staffordshire and Cheshire border. It's right near Border Fisheries, if any of you know where Border Fisheries is. So this venue has literally just been taken over by Border, but you can still come and get day tickets here. But if you're a Bay Malton member, then you can fish here for nothing basically, but still come and get your day tickets. Now, I've coached a lot of people who've been here and told me how good it is. Says, Andrew, get yourself up to Brookside Fisheries. It is ridiculous. And it just looks flipping amazing. So basically there's two lakes here, the bottom pool which we're on and the top pool, which is more like a specie kind of lake, bigger fish. This one has got lots of carp in, lots of F1s, spring fed, proper angry fish apparently, and look at the flipping colour of it. And today, right, so you all know me by now, folks, and you know my thoughts on, I can't even say the word, on paste fishing. But Jakey of the Fowl says, Andrew, we've got a new paste for you to try. It's been out a bit. You need to give it a go because I think even you will like it. So I'm like dead sceptical, folks. I'm like, no, I just want to put a load of pellets or casters in and fish shallow. But to be fair, this paste looks flipping amazing. It actually stays on your hook because that's always been my problem in the past, folks. Yeah, so traditional sort of paste mixes that you're mixing with, making out of ground bait, it doesn't stay on your flipping hook longer, or it'll just crumble away into absolute nothingness. But the beauty of this paste, it's got loads of different flavours in the range. It's got wheat gluten in. Now, what that wheat gluten does, I've done a before mix, and I'm going to show you how to mix it. If I can get it right, folks, you can get it right. And you'll actually see like the wheat gluten, which stretches out, and it actually keeps the bait on the hook for you. As I say, loads of different flavours in the range, but I've gone for sticky caramel because I just flipping love the smell of it, don't I? So anything like sweet for me, Power Scopex, sticky caramel, anything like that, that's what we're going to. And it's so easy to mix. And I'm literally just fishing the top kit, down the edge. Everything is really simple. So accessible to all you lot who don't fish matches. You might only have one top kit, that kind of thing. Get on the paste. It's a super cheap way of fishing and a super easy way of fishing. You can mix it however you want. I'm not even using a little babby pot today to put my paste in. You know, there's some anglers like to mix it really soft. I'm literally just making sort of like a 1p, 2p piece of paste out, putting my hook in the middle, squeezing it round and just shipping it in. It's so flipping easy. But you've got to get like the little fundamentals right with how you mix it. So before we go through the rig, I'm going to show you how to mix it, and it does not get any simpler. So first things first, get yourself a little pint tub or a bait pot, yeah, like a big toss pot, a cupping pot, yeah, anything like that. And all we're going to do first is I'm going to go to, on these Preston ones, you've got a half a litre guide there, and I'm going to fill it up with that because we're going to need it today, folks. Yeah, so just rip the edge off there, and I'm going to put that paste in, get Jakey on that. So literally just fill it up so you get to that line. It doesn't have to be, you know, exact. I mean, I do like to make measures so I know exactly how much I'm mixing, exactly how much I'm, you know, fishing with. So I do like to mix it completely exact, but you just mix it however you want. That is the beauty of this paste, yeah? So there we've got half a litre of the paste, dry. That goes in a big bowl. It's important that you're using a big bowl rather than a little pot to mix it in as well, I think, folks, just because you can get more air in it and it's just easier to work with, basically. So from that, we've got another little layer in here, which is the 0.25 litre, and that is where I'm going to just pour the water to. You can see the same on that side. There we go, are we on it? Yeah, so basically, the paste up to there and the water sort of half fill, and then just put it in a wanna. And you watch how quick this comes together with that wheat gluten. It's like can you see that there, Jake? Are you getting that in? You see it? It's like, it looks like you've completely ruined it in a wanna to start with, but the more you mix it, it smells like ridiculous, folks. It's so good. It smells just amazing. Yeah, that's how. So that like there, that is how some anglers, and in fact, let's go through anglers. So the likes of Andy Findlay, who's like pretty much instrumental in, you know, designing paste, and obviously back in the day, flipping absolute legend at all things, but especially paste. Joe Carras, obviously he's not with Preston anymore, but he had a lot of input into things like this, or Sonubaits and that, you know what I mean? It's all listening to people like that and gleaning as much information as we can from them. So you can see the state it was before. Now look at it, yeah? Just a few seconds later. So it's becoming a little bit more sort of firm, a little bit more textured. I like it quite firm to start with. And then judging on what's happening with the fish, you know, if you're getting bites really, he's on, it. If you're getting bites really quick, then you might want to make your paste a little bit softer. If you're waiting for sort of bigger fish, you know, a couple of 3 minutes, something like that, make it a little bit firmer. But the beauty of it, as I say, it stays on. Now look, what's that been mixing there? Sort of 50 seconds, maybe a minute, if that. Look how firm it's getting now. Now I don't know if you can see it on there. It's got like the little bits of wheat gluten in. But I'm going to show you this one that we made earlier, and this is what we've been using. So look at the difference with that. So this is probably, I'm going to say, half an hour, 40 minutes old. If you're getting on that, yeah, look at all them strandy bits there. Yeah, that's the actual wheat gluten that's binding everything together so it stays on your hook. As I say, you don't need a pot to put this in to ship it out. Literally, I'm just going to ship it out in a wanna. You could actually fish it up in the water if you wanted to. It's not like neutral buoyancy. It will sink your flow. Obviously, we'll go through rigs in a sec, but it sinks it really, really slowly. It's a brilliant, absolute brilliant product. As I say, I've never been fond of paste in the past, but look at that. It's brilliant texture. So that's what we're going to be using. Obviously, I've got my other one underneath there. And then in this tub here, this is the one that I've made. So I've done it sort of like 1-to-1, if you like. So it's a lot softer. Now, come on to that. If, you know, bites are coming a lot faster and I want to really sort of like strike my bait off after like a minute, 90 seconds, if it's more F1 kind of fishing, that kind of thing. But being patient for carp, I do like a stiffer mix. So you can mix it. That's the beauty of it, folks. You can mix it exactly how you want to. Make sure, though, that you do keep it covered up. Now, it's Fishery on pellets here. They actually supply pellets, so it's skrettings and coppins. Obviously, I've gone for skrettings. Completely soak them for sort of like a minute, drain the water off. But as a booster, what I've done, folks, is got some of this bad boy on. Absolute hook bait spray. Obviously, match the hatch, salted caramel. I've give that a few squirts, but I'm going to put a few more squirts on that and then just give them a mix. Might squirt that on as aftershave, you know, when we go to Manchester next time, Jake. You remind me, mate. Tell you what, and I'm going to put a bit on my paste as well. Give that a little bit of a boost. It's things like that, little things like, you know, when it is Fishery on pellets, it's what you can add to your the bait that you're using, your loose feed, just to give it that little bit of just to sort of like revitalise it and bring it back to life. So that's then mixed in. I've got my paste done, nice and easy. Next thing I want to go through before we go through rigs is pots. Now, obviously, we've got loads of different sizes of like little baby toss pots. If it was more sort of F1 fishing, I'd go for a little tiny one of them. Now, what I want to be doing first is putting my macros in and putting my paste over the top. So what you see me do, I said, this lends itself to fishing on a top kit. I mean, obviously, we could go further if we wanted to, but for top kit wise, sort of coming into summer, obviously we're middle of spring now, it's flipping boiling, folks, but the wind's a little bit chilly, so that's why we're sat on this side, wind's slightly on our back. More F1s that size, but when you come into carp, start off with a medium one, but then go over to a large one if it is like carp proper coming in, where you're setting these traps for them. But starting off wise, them ones, and then go to them when it gets a little bit warmer. Now, actually, what we've got as well in the Preston range is you'll see the size difference in them two. If Jake can get on them, these holes here, these pots here are absolutely purpose made for fishing on paste. These will slide sort of like 18 inches or so down most top kits, and it's perfect for putting your oh, we've got a fish waving at us down there, folks. This is perfect for putting your hook bait in if you do decide to go down the soft route. Again, it's how you want to fish. I like mine a little bit firm because I know it's on my hook, because in the past I've not had any confidence. I think that's why I've not liked paste fishing as much in the past, but having used this a couple of times, it's flipping brilliant. I'm going to smash that J-Lad up next time we use it. So, yeah, get on that. Getting two different sizes of pots, just with the holes there, so you can slide this a little bit further down your pole. Right, so that's all that done. Let's get on to rigs themselves now. I'm actually using the Edge Monster today, folks. That is literally what we're going for. We're going for sort of like carps, and you know what I mean? It's all about fishing nice and heavy for them. I've not fished this ever since this time last summer, so proper excited about today. First things first, 15s Dura Hybrid Elastic. Something, you know, that's going to take the strains of these carps and stuff like that. I'd imagine with it being spring fed, they're going to go absolutely nuts, these fish, and it's only pretty shallow, so 15s so they can swim out of the peg. If it was a little bit deeper, that kind of thing, they weren't maybe as hard fighting, probably go to like a yellow 17s or a 19s and that. But I do like a softer elastic just to allow them to swim out of the peg, that kind of thing. So that's what we've gone for. Mainline, we are on nice and robust, 0.20 AccuPower. It's pretty much all I use for like edge fishing from now on, folks. I won't go any lighter than that. Maybe if it's F1s, but for carp, certainly 0.20 or even 0.22. And then, actually, before we get to the floats, little babby back shots as well, obviously to stabilise everything. And float-wise, no, I don't know what flipping float to use for paste, folks. Basically, I've always fished paste before. When I'm plumbing up, I'll always plumb to sort of like the bristles, so that when your paste falls off, dunk, with no shots on, folks. So when your paste falls off, dunk, your float comes up, you know your pasties fell off. But the beauty of this paste is, obviously, it's going to stay on. So this is actually shotted. So we've got a 412's edge float on. There's them proper paste floats with big bristles and this, that and the other, but I'm only fishing in like, what, not even 14 inches of water, probably 12, 13 inches of water. And the float will be as long, you know what I mean, them big long float. The float will be as long as what I'm blooming fishing in depth. So I've just gone for that. Nice thick bristle, Preston edge float, dead simple. And then I've just got a bulk of 5 number 9 stots, which doesn't completely shot the float. It'll take it down to sort of like just the top of the body. Another number 9 is sitting absolutely perfect, but I want it to sit to there so I can tell if my pasties come off. And then hook length wise, don't get any simpler than this, folks, does it? I've got, let me just get one of these out for you actually. I've got a 14s GPMB to 0.15. Getting on them, Jakey. Yeah, 14s GPMB, 0.15, and I've just left it as it is for. I've not even trimmed it down. 6 inches, perfect. But what I have done, and what I used to do a lot back in the day, when you've got to have the right bottom for it. Yeah, it can't be like too slopey. It's got to be fairly flat. What I've done is I've plumbed up to there on my float. So sort of like, what's that? 3, maybe 4 inches over depth. You can go more if you want. And basically what I've got, so you imagine my paste on the bottom there, my hand, my shots are coming up here, so I'm on like a proper curve. You'll see when my float's in place, my float will be like that. So basically what's happening is them fish come into the micros, into the bait. When they're upending, yeah, so let me hook on there. When them fish are upending, they're not touching the line with the nose. And it's so important that if my hook was, if my line was straight like that, when them carp upend, they'll nose your line. And obviously that leads to sort of like foul hookers, fish spooking at your peg, that kind of thing. So it's always worth trying that, going sort of like on a bit of a curve. Jay does know what he's talking about. Going on a little bit of a curve, so then when the upend come into your bait, they just nail it into one. It's such an exciting way of fishing. I used to love it. It's pretty, I know I've like slated it over the years, folks, but I used to fish it all the time on the likes of Suez, where it was just big fish. I've not got no issue fishing with it whatsoever, but obviously a lot of the venues that I'm fishing these days, you know, little tiny snake lakes, things like that, everything's swimming in them. It just lends itself to fishing more sort of natural baits. But on venues like this, where it's mainly carp, odd F1, get on the pace. It's flipping amazing. So we are doing this in a one. I'm going to go for it straight away, folks. So first thing I'm going to do is put my little babby toss pot on. As I said, the beauty of these ones, if you wanted to make it a bit softer, that big pot there will come back here somewhere, so you can put your hook bait in without risk of tangling around your top kit and things like that. So first thing I'm going to do is just get my micros. Now what I want to do is make sure these micros sink really quick. After they've been soaked and left for sort of like 30-40 minutes, they will go a little bit dry. So the best thing you can have is your tub of water here. I don't want to put them in there to make them wet because I'm going to get fish there. So what I'm going to do, just put them in the water, lift them out, and then those pellets are going to go straight down. So there's my marker. Obviously, when you're plumbing up wise, make sure you've got a mark. I've got a post on the far bank. I know where my top kit is here. I'm going to line up with that post there, lift them round and just sneak them in. So I don't want any baits coming off that whatsoever. I'm going to come back. Now putting the paste on, dead simple. The beauty of this one, you can make a little ball up, or you can do what I do. See, look how sticky it is. You can do what I do. What I like to do is make a flat, like I suppose the size of a 1p piece. Flatten it out, put your hook right in the middle. You're getting on this, Jakey. Put your hook right in the middle, and then just mould it round like that. I'm going to start off with a smaller piece first, But, you know, you can use obviously something twice the size of that. And look at that, that's the beauty of it. That out in open water will just about sink your float. But obviously on here, it's like fishing like with a big pellet. It's converted me. Yes, converted me, folks. So what I want to do, I'm going to put my paste in there on a bit of an angle. Wait for that to settle. So that's on the bottom there. There's your marker. And I'm going to drag my float over here a little bit. So you can see how low that float's sitting. If I want it to sit proper, I'll just let the resistance go like that. But I want that tight angle on my float. It's so important that you're getting that. So obviously when a fish comes into that bait, it's not spooking. Now you can see we're, 12 inches out from the bank, that kind of thing. It just shallow up a little bit more. It's probably like 10 inches right into the bank. If you're having fish that are coming behind your float, things like that, then obviously get right. There's a fish coming in now. Oh, there's two there. If you are getting fish that are coming in sort of like undercutting you, then what you might have to do is just get tighter into the bank. So you see that one's just coming. You might have it in though. And what you're waiting for is nice, fast bites. That was a little dink then. Is that on? Oh, he might be on him. He might have, he's either burgundy paste or he's on. You see, he's just lifted that float out a little bit. I might have to set that trap again. And we're going to set it again. And I'm going to leave it. Because he's there, I'm going to leave it. I'm just tightening up to that a little bit more. Obviously, that float pops up even more, then you know your paste has come off. You can get a good sort of, 5 to 10 minutes with it, depending on how you mix your paste. But it might be if they come in, really quick, just make your paste a little bit softer and strike it off after like 90 seconds, something like that. There's another one coming in now. And the beauty of it as well, I mean, obviously, I don't want to be using micros all the time. I want to be using my paste to feed them. So they come in, see that bait, nail it in a oneer. But to start off with, it's important that you get some fish into your peg, and that's the beauty of them micros. I think that one before was just disturbed. I'm a little bit more to the left of my marker where I need to be. So what I'll probably do, I'm just going to lay that in again there. So you see the beauty of that paste, yeah? It's still on. You see how it's sunk it there? Just dragging it back. There we go, I'm right over my micros again there. Perfect. So what happened, I'd had like 2 come in there and one had just wafted that paste up the shelf a little bit. It's such an exciting way of fishing. When it goes under, it's going to be something half decent. Oh, blooming heck, I've said it now. I'm going to catch I'm going to catch a goujon or something, aren't I, a skimmer. I actually don't know what's in here. I know there's carp in, obviously, you can blooming see them, and F1s, but I don't know if there's anything else in. Oh, here comes one. Here's coming one from the left. Is he going to have it? He's gone down on it, folks. He's gone down on it. Get ready. Go on. It's a beauty like that shallow water fishing. When you can see the fish coming in, it's so exciting waiting for that fast bite, that wallop. Come on, he's got to have it in. Got to. He's just blooming got to, folks. He's going to. If you're noticing a lot of fish getting behind your float, then obviously what I'll do is I'll just come closer into the banking. But I'm going to say we're almost not there yet. Don't get me wrong, they'll come into your bait, but it's usually when it gets a bit warmer and they're really happy in that shallow water that they'll get behind your bait. And that's where maybe, a heavier float would work, like a 414s or something like that. So you're really pinning that bait down, that kind of thing. I've got another one coming in just now. Come on, it's got to go, that. Got to. Just waiting for that nice fast bite. The other thing as well, obviously, with it feeding, I don't want to get a foul looker. It might be that, he's blooming. So we swam out him then. You saw him swim out. So what I'm going to do is strike that paste off, come back and feed it again. Because my micros would have gone over a bit of an area. I want to keep everything nice and tight. I don't want to be fishing there with like bait everywhere. I just want to keep everything nice and tight. Yeah, you can see the micros creeping out there. Come back, nice and quick, put our paste on. Put a bit bigger paste on this time. So again, squeeze it out, hook right into the middle, fold that round, and there we go. Swingy, swing, look at that. Perfect. Right, let's get right on that then. So slightly to the side first, let that sink, and then just drag it round. And I'm probably fishing about 2 inches like into the bank of where my bait is, of where I put the micros. So you can imagine what's going on under the water. I'm on that sort of like arc. So when a fish upends, it's not going to spook itself off the line. Go on, fishies. It's just a case of keeping that bait going in to get the fish in as well. So you don't really want to, obviously we said this loads before, 5 minutes go by without feeding. And it's the beauty, you know, when it is fish like this, it's quite selective. But when you're on waters where it's just carp, it can be absolutely phenomenal. It's brilliant. I think I'm converted. So that's been my issue in the past because of like traditional ground baits and that. If there's nothing in it to keep it together, it's not staying on long enough. Whereas this stays on, you can be confident that it's staying on. There's a fish coming in now. Is he going to have it? Looks like he's going to have it. Oh no, he's swum out. He's not gone far though. You can be confident it's staying on. Obviously, I've lifted the rig out before to position it, and it was still on. Yeah, it'd been in sort of like a couple of minutes. You could almost, well, you could, not even almost, you could fish this, you know, shallow, ship it out quite a bit. It's brilliant stuff. Go on, the fishies. It's just nice, patient fishing. But other days, you know, it can be absolutely ridiculous. But what I would say is always make sure that you've got like that arc in your rig rather than going a straight line. You could almost fish it, you know, even more over depth if you wanted to. Because there's no mistake in the bites, they're just like on. Amazing bites, yeah. Might take, you know, 3 or 4 feeds just to get the fish nice and confident. I'm glad that we've had a few come in, so obviously they're coming to the... There we go. I'm glad we've had a few come in and come to the bait, but you saw how little and dinky that bite was, and didn't even see him come in that depth of water. You didn't see him come in because they'll just like sneak up that slope, that kind of thing. Go on, the populars. Right, one thing that is important is obviously I'm using my long top kits today. Make sure you always keep that top kit over your rig, because you see how shallow we're fishing. If you let that rig go slack or anything like that, fish gives it one of them in a deeper landing net, it's going to move your float up and down. So make sure you're always over the top of the fish so it can't possibly move your float. Here's a nice little bobby coming. Oh, popular, right in the top lip. Look at him, Jake. You get in him where he's hooked. Perfect pace bite that. And you saw, like, obviously it's quite an angry strike, which is what you want to do. Basically, that strike, it's not only obviously setting the hook, but also it's shocking that fish kind of thing. So it gives it a little bit of a splash, which is like, you wouldn't thought it'd be something that you'd want. But me, personally, on these kind of venues, I want it to splash in that shallow water, which stirs the bottom up, which in turn attracts more fishing, if that makes sense. It's mad how it works. Obviously, there's some venues where, you know, it don't work, but on coloured venues like this, I just think it attracts even more fishing. So, we'll do that again. Get some micros in. It's usually, I want to say, well, they come in after them first 2 feeds, but it's usually like 3 or 4 feeds and you've got some fish in your peg. It's this bit here that's so super important, folks. It really is. Making sure you're on your markers. So I've got my post there. Put them micros in. See, there's another carp coming in there. And eventually, you'll get to the stage where you don't have to do that. Yeah? Look at that carp straight on it. You'll get to the stage where you don't have to do that. You can literally go in with a little bit of paste on and catch your fish and almost use your paste as your feed. It's one of them. It's obviously, everyone fishes it different. Everyone fishes it completely different. But me, myself personally, I just like to put a little bit of bait in, get them fish there. So let that sink down. That's my marker. I'm just going to drag it this side. That was the tiniest little bite in the world, that was. But you knew it was about anything fast. It doesn't have to like shoot under at a million mile an hour. Anything quick. That's what we're waiting for a bite. So you can see the angle I've got on my float. If I let resistance go, you see how it comes up. Yeah, so I just want that angle on my float so I know the carp can't spook. I can't believe we didn't see that one come in that time then. Just like sneaked in, saw the little pile of bait, obviously massive, and that's it again, the beauty of paste, it's standout bait. Really effective. You know, that big ball of paste, fish sees it, nails it. Yeah, I think you converted me, Jakey. It's the fact that you know it stays on, and that's been my issue, like something rotten back in the day, where it just falls off. Even as much as, you know, shipping it out, plopping it in, you don't even know if it's coming off through the water, where you know this is staying on. It's proper. Come on, let's catch another one. Obviously, we're only fishing on one side as well, you know, match conditions, you could have a few swims either side. And that's the beauty of, like, when it does get warmer, you literally only need a top kit, a little bit of paste, and that's it. It's such a cheap but very effective way of fishing. And it'll last you ages, especially, you know, a bag of paste like that will last you flipping ages. Oh, there's one coming in now. I see one coming in from the side, from to my left. It's coming down the bank in a little bit. And experiment with how you laying your rigging as well sometimes. If they are coming from like one way in particular, what you can do is like swing your rig out that way. So they see your hook bait first. I'm assuming that the fish are coming from out in the lake, up the slope. But by all means, sometimes they'll like creep up the banking, left and right. They're coming from that way, they're coming from this way. So it's just experimenting on the day, really. But this is what you want. You want it nice and patient. Fish come in, see your bait and nail it. You almost don't want it where it's like you foul looking everything, you get too many fish in your peg. As soon as that starts happening, just cut the micros out, folks, yeah? Cut the micros out. Maybe use a slightly sloppier paste so they can have it quicker, and just use that as your feed. Don't use the micros. The micros are great to get a few fish in your peg, but it's that big standout bait that really makes the difference for me. Oh, it's not taking long, is it, folks? How good is it? In fact, what I've noticed, like, the last couple of times when I've been in there and come back, there's already been a fish waiting for me. So what I'll probably do, don't lose feed. That's the other thing as well, folks, before I go off waffling. Don't lose feed, because you get fish scattered everywhere. Set little traps. What I'm going to do this next time is actually put my paste on and feed at the same time. See if that's a little bit quicker. Where's this one going? See if that's a little bit quicker. Because what I've noticed is the fish are coming straight into that bait. So if my hook bait can be there, then I reckon we'll get a fish a little bit quicker. Normally I like to do what I have been doing, yeah, going in with a pot, feeding it, coming back, baiting up, so by the time you go back in there, your bait is on the bottom, but obviously it's only dead shallow water. So it could have been that we're missing a little trick and not getting them as quick, simply because I've been taking like only a few seconds, like, but it's just that few seconds that can make all the difference. What are we doing with this one, folks? That few seconds that makes all the difference. So I'm going to try that this time. Another stunning carp. They're in proper nick in here, you know what I mean? Say it's a day ticket water right in the top lip. They're in proper nick. I almost want to... Go on, Jakey. Blooming lovely fish, a chunky fish, 3.5, 4 pound he is. So, if you notice him coming in like that bit quicker, what we can do is try and get him a little bit quicker as well. Oh, the other thing as well, get on that. So, you see I'm using stots. I'll never use shots on this, simply because, like, carping, angry carping, you're expecting a lot of fish. Look at them stots have like kinked out, and look what it's doing to me hook length. So what you always want to make sure you're doing is having a little gap in between them. So what I like to do is just have a fingernail in between each stot, and if I show you that again, you watch how much straighter that line's sitting now. Yeah, just the fact that them shots are all bulking up sends it out into a bit of a nasty C shape. So make sure you've got a little fingernail in between them. We're all about the tips, aren't we, folks? Right, so let's do that a little bit different this time. Let's see if we can get one a little bit quicker, just by being there, you know, almost straight away. So we paste on again, right into the middle, mould that round. It's good, isn't it? I'm a paste convert, me now, folks. Come speak to me about your paste problems. You won't have them anymore. I'll put you right. Fill that with micros, give it a dink under there so it sinks nice and quick. Let's see if we can get one a little bit quicker. So get my marker, plop that in. I'll put my micros on my post there, nice and super accurate. There we go, they've sneaked out. I'm just going to bring that paste over, drag it there. So if it's like it's been them last couple of times when fish have come straight in on that, on the micros, but I'll literally just be going out probably about now. You know what I mean? When they're having it like really quick, you know, if they're coming into your bait, they could stir it up, that kind of thing. You're not giving them the chance now, because obviously they're coming into that little pile and seeing your hook bait straight away. They're not waiting. It can almost be sometimes as well, when you're putting your rig in into feeding fish, you can spook them. But obviously doing this now, your hook bait's already down there, so you can't spook anything. I can see it colouring up just out a little bit, so there's one there. It's mad how you can't see them in that shallow water. You can see there's fish there, but you can't actually see the tail patterns or swells. But I know there's something there, it's colouring the water up. But again, I can't stress it enough, folks. Once you do get a few fish there, which you always will do in micros, you know, when they start feeding them carp and F1s, cut the micros out and just go to your paste. Otherwise, you'll just get fish all over the flipping place and it'll do your head in. You'll be getting liners and farlockers left, right and centre. Just use your paste and let it calm down. But starting off wise, as I say, get the micros in. There's probably not, I'm going to say it's not a better bait than micros to get fish into your peg. And then obviously it's the beauty of a standout bait. Yeah, so it's not really weird, but you know, at least we're in there. It's like little things like this that you can try. It's probably a little bit early to do it really. But it's just the fact that I had them first 2 times we went in, we had fish come into our peg before I actually got my hook bait in. So just experiment with it. Obviously, it's probably been right this time to feed and come back and put the bait in. But as I say, sometimes that will spook them. Just going to tighten that up a little bit more. It's got more of an angle. And I don't have to worry about that blooming hook bait falling off. It's brilliant. In the past, as I say, I'm like, oh, is my hook bait on, isn't it? You know it's on. You know it's on. And the other thing as well is obviously more traditional ground bait kind of paste mixes. If you do need to lift it up and lay it in, you're getting them like little bits of particles coming off that again could attract, you know, fish into your peg and liners, farlockers. With this, you're not getting any like little bits of particles coming off the paste or anything. It just stays as it is, if that makes sense. Stays in the wanna. Great stuff. This is almost what I want. I just want to be patient, you know, minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, nice and patient. The fish come in, nail it. You almost don't want loads of fish there, so that tells me now that my feeding's bang on. Don't ever go sort of 5 minutes without feeding something though, folks. And obviously, again, if you're in a match or you're pleasuring, you'd have a swim down this side as well, or a little bit further down the banking. So have a couple of swims on the go just so you can rest one. You'll always find that makes a difference. But we'll catch one more, hopefully. Probably got another couple of minutes left before I feed it again. And then that's pretty much all there is to go over. So that's been in what? Probably getting on for 3 minutes that's been in now. Not had any signs, well, other than it colouring up a little bit, not really had any signs, but it doesn't mean nothing that, folks. Doesn't mean that they're not coming in at all. I think it's the fact that when you see a fish there, it does give you confidence, but it's just being ready all the time for them fast bites, them dinks. Almost expect a bite from as soon as you put it in to like your limit of 5 minutes. It just makes you ready. You know what I mean? It's an exciting way of fishing. It really is. I think we need to feed that again. But just to show you, look at that, paste still on, so strike that off. It's flipping out, isn't it? Right, so I'm going to do that again. I'm going to put my paste on first. Probably go with a little bit smaller size again. I went a bit bigger that time. Got a little bit giddy. So a bit smaller size, just a bit bigger than a pea. Like not like a marble, but what's bigger than a pea? Like a big bean, like a chickpea. Go on the chickpea. Isn't it? Like a chickpea size. Go on the chickpeas. So mould that round like that. Go on the chickpeas. And then we'll put our micros in. Dink it in the water. So you see how regimented everything is. So important. Let that go off there. Put that in. Micros, again, this is the important bit here. These micros, sneak them in. No commotion, no noise. Let them creep out your pole. Oh, there's one come straight in on that. Come on. He's going to have it in. Got to. Literally, as soon as you let go with the micros, we're going in on that then. Come on. Might just drag that a little bit quick, but we're still over our little pile. Add a swirl straight away then. Come on, it's got to be around there. Go on, the carps. Go on, the carps. Oh, oh. It's got a little bit of resistance off that. So exciting, folks. Love it. Come on. It might be his... Oh, no, there's one coming in as well. I'll shut up, Andrew. Concentrate, Andrew. I was just about to say, if you go sort of like 3 goes, I'm going to say, so roughly over like... Go on, he's on, hit it! 3 goes over roughly 15 minutes with no signs, and obviously that's when it's time to move swims. Or what you could do is drop the bait from a bit of a height, you know, your micros or something. Just create a bit of noise. He's on. He's on. So we didn't even see that coming at all. Just lovely clean fishing. You can see what I mean about giving it a wallop. All that commotion, all that stirs everything up and just cleans your peg out again. You know, if there's any micros left, it just cleans it out. Fabulous way of fishing, isn't it? Love it, folks. You see why I use like a softer elastic as well? I mean, these are flipping angry, these fish. It just allows the fish to swim out your peg and then get them under control. If it's like much bigger fish in like deeper water, I would be on every elastic, but smaller fish up to sort of like 8 pounds and just use a slightly lighter elastic. Yeah, I'm angry. It's spring fed, that's why. Go on the mirrors. And I think that is all there is to it then, folks. I don't think I can really show you much else, but I'll show you him. He's flipping lovely. He's like a hybrid between a mirror and a common. A mirror and a leather. Look at him. Absolutely stunning little fish. I mean, look at the size of the blooming mouths on the carp. They'd take baits much, much bigger than that, but it's a confidence thing. Start off a little bit smaller and then go a little bit bigger with your baits, but beautiful little mirrors like that. Isn't he? Like a little hybrid between a mirror and a leather. And that's all there is to it, folks. It's so simple, so easy, yet so cheap. Yeah, just like a bag of paste, a few pellets if it's obviously fishery on, that kind of thing. But make sure once the fish arrive in your peg, if you're getting too many there, like 2 or 3, I think it's important that you're getting 2 or 3 coming in because then they're competing. It's that competition there. They will go for the bait a lot quicker. If you're getting 1 coming in, that's brilliant. Yeah, 1 coming in, sees your bait, nails it in a 1er. Get out, give it a go, folks. Get on the paste. That's me. Jakey of the Fowls, that is me, truly converted. I'm fishing paste everywhere now. I'm going to fish paste shallow. I'm going to fish paste on canals. I'm going to go on rivers with paste. I'm just going to fish paste absolutely everywhere. So get ready. As always, folks, if you like what you've seen, please, please, please don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the notification button, and that is going to tell you when we're putting out these fantastic videos. Jakey, no, you're not having a go. I'm going to catch me another one. You head.